Hey, I'm Jesse. Let's have another devotion. In the book of Esther, we don't see God named, but when we look at the prophet Isaiah, which we just finished a verse by verse study in, we can see God laying the groundwork for the very kingdom of Persia itself. King Xerxes, or Ahasuerus, was descended from King Cyrus, whose birth was foretold and whose favorable treatment of the people of God was prophesied long before he was even born. Okay, this one you may recognize from one of the final sessions in our Isaiah curriculum. Heavens, sprinkle from above and let the sky shower righteousness. Let the earth open up so that salvation will sprout and righteousness will spring up with it. I, the Lord, have created it. It's kind of crazy. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but it just started raining right now. Woe to the one who argues with his maker, one clay pot among many. Does the clay say to the one forming it, what are you making? Or does your work say he has no hands? All right, think Romans chapter 9 here. We've seen this before. And then how ironic it is for the one that you've made to say that you don't have, the one that you've made with your own hands, say that you don't have any hands. That's what it's like from God's perspective. Woe to the one who says to his father, what are you fathering? Or to his mother, what are you giving birth to? Well, you stupid kid. This is what the Lord, the Holy One of Israel and its maker says. Ask me what is to happen to my sons and instruct me about the work of my hands. I made the earth and created humans on it. It was my hands that stretched out the heavens and I commanded everything in them. I have stirred him up, referring to Cyrus, in righteousness, and will level all roads for him. We've seen this before. He will rebuild my city. We've seen this before. And set my exiles free. This is good news. Not for a price or a bribe. That's new information, says the Lord of armies. God is the one who is at work in Cyrus, and it's not going to be for a price. It's just going to be because God told him to. Cyrus didn't really profit from setting the Jews free. All right, he could have probably capitalized on the free labor, but he wasn't born or pre-named for that purpose. Rather, he was born for this very purpose. Centuries before he was born, God said, I'm going to raise up an indomitable king who's going to set my people free from the Babylonians. And then that's exactly what God did through Cyrus. That's where this throne that Esther sits on came from. God is the one who stirred up Cyrus for this purpose. God is the one who paved the way for Cyrus. Cyrus was used by God to rebuild God's city and set God's exiles free, and he did all of this for free. Even though he didn't believe in God, he did exactly what God wanted him to do. Does it make you feel a little bit better about stupid politicians? It kind of does for me, honestly. It's a good reminder not to let our hearts be troubled. That even if there's not a single God-fearing politician in the world, they're still all susceptible to be used of God by the sovereign hand of God for God's own purposes. And it's also a good and humbling reminder of our ultimate purpose as well, whether we serve in governing roles or not. God's in control. God's sovereign. God is the one who has already decided that he wins in the end. And the same God who said that he would establish the kingdom of Persia and then did it has told us that he's coming back. So he's going to do it. I'll see you next week. We're going to look at the book of Ezra as it gives us more insight behind the scenes in the book of Esther.